All right, you're good to go.
All right, so here we go. Part 2 in our kickoff to coach training. I just want to spend some time tonight and talk to you guys briefly about the team. So you've joined as a health and fitness coach with Team Beachbody, right? Whether you've joined with Kelly or myself or anybody on our team. And you've probably heard team names like Team Icon or Team Brave or Team Passion or Team Fierce or Team Fearless or Team Kelly. Why am I having a brain fart? Which team?
Brave.
Right? Did I get them all? Okay. So here's the thing. In the great big scheme of things, we are all on the same team. So what happened was Nicole Jones started as a coach. She brought in Tony Furtado. He was part of Team Passion because Nicole came up with this fun name called Team Passion. And anybody she brought in was Team Passion. What happened was Tony Furtado was signed on as a coach, and he did amazing and blew up his business for insane levels. So when Tony started growing his business and started having his vision, it was a little bit different than Nicole's, and he wanted to ensure that he was leading. So he just decided to come up with the name Team Icon, which if you see one of his videos on YouTube, he has a great story as to how Team Icon, the name came to be, but I'm not going to take up the video about that. But so he's got Team Icon. And then Tony signs on Taryn Dickey years later, and Taryn Dickey worked with him in a school, and so she started growing her business, and she's like, well, I like the name Brave, and I like the Sarah Bareilles song Brave, so I'm just going to make Team Brave. And so she became Team Brave. And then I came in, and Kelly came in, and we've got all these team names, but at the end of the day, we all are part of the same team. There are just different leadership styles and different focuses. So what Kelly and I do a lot of the times is when we start somebody off in their journey, we'll typically add them to one team page, whether it be if we have our own team page, whether we add someone to the Team Icon page or the Team Brave page. The idea is we do not want to overwhelm you with adding you to all these groups. And that's the mistake that I own, that I used to make all the time, because I'd be like, oh, Tony shares something great and Taryn shares something great, and wait, I have my own team page. And then people are like, what the heck is happening? Whose team am I on? At the end of the day, we just try to pair you up on the team that best suits you and the direction of how we're growing our business. So for, I think, the majority of the team, I think Kelly mainly has people on her team, on her single team page, and then when they're ready to grow, she often then will give them access to Team Icon and Team Brave, because Team Brave has great training material and great challenge group invite guides, whereas Team Icon, Tony is just a motivational master that really gives everybody a kick in the butt. But at the end of the day, we're all part of the same team. Does that make sense? Okay, any questions about teams? No? Okay. Kelly.
All right. It's me.
Yes, it's you, about posting in stories. Yes, go.
So we are going to go over, first of all, am I frozen or am I okay? Because my video's on delay.
You're fine.
Okay, just as long as you can see me fine. So in the 2-week training that's coming up, which I don't even know if we told you guys about that, but there's a 2-week, I don't know if everyone knows about that. There's a 2-week like kickoff to coaching coming up starting Monday. It's not going to take up all your time or anything, but it will totally prepare you to feel confident enough and give you enough information to take off after you get through the 2 weeks. So in that time, we will teach you all about posting and all the ins and outs about it. But until then, I just wanted to talk real quick about posting versus stories. So as a coach, all the coaches I know, we use both. We use posting and stories. Some people use Facebook and Instagram. Some people just use Facebook or just use Instagram. Right now, I would just say when you're in the beginning of this, use what you're comfortable with. Use what you know. They both have stories. So if you're only using Facebook for whatever reason, definitely use the Facebook stories. So posting is just when you literally go onto your whatever Facebook page or Instagram page and you post to your news feed. So when people are scrolling through, they see your things pop up through there. That's just posting. And then the stories are, and if you already know this and you feel like, why is she telling me this? This is like obvious information, just ignore me. But the stories are at the top of your Instagram page. When you click on it, your little homepage, there's little circles on the top. Those are people's stories. And if you click on those little round circles, you will see a lot of people, especially as coaches, we try to post a fair amount in those stories. And we try to post just regular life stuff in those stories. So if you get up and you work out in the morning, you post about that. But then later in the day, you go out to lunch, say with someone, and you have like an awesome lunch, you can post about that. Or if you hear something, you're reading a book, you hear something that's motivational, and you're like, ooh, I want to share that. You share it in your stories. And so when people watch your stories, that you really just want them to get kind of an idea of your like normal life. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. You think it's boring, trust me, other people, ask Jody, she'll tell you that she thinks that we're interesting. It's probably because I dance in my videos like a fool. Usually that gets people. But you just normal stuff. And then you're posting to your pages, they're more, a little bit more substantial than just your little blip stories. Because like sometimes, like I know Erin's great at doing like funny little things on her stories, or like she comes on in the morning and she does her energize, like she's making her energize and she's like a wreck and she's like talking about, or she takes her picture and she's like she just woke up, funny things like that. And then she'll post maybe something a little bit more substantial as a post, talking about like what staying home has done for her family. Like that's just a more substantial post. So that's just kind of the difference between the two. And you don't have to panic if you don't know how to use stories yet. There's a ton of information out there to learn how to do that. And we will give you all the links you need to figure it out. But just maybe start looking at other people's stories, or start watching like other coaches on the team and just kind of see like, what are they doing? What are they posting in those stories? To give yourself some ideas, because that will just kind of, I don't know, fuel your imagination. I think that's it for that.
And like what Kelly said is, I would say your timeline is like your real estate. That's where you want things to be shiny and pretty and polished. So images clear, and you'll learn all about this in the 14-day training that we have not told you about, that we're going to have available to you. That's your polished post, your images where the lighting is a little bit better. You've put a little bit more thought into your images and what your message is. And don't feel like, well, I haven't quit my job yet, so I have nothing to say. You can talk about how, and you'll learn about this, but just one simple example as, I didn't want to work out today. And then I hopped in the group and I saw so many people posting about their workouts. It got my ass in gear. Who else wants to do that with me? Something like that. And your stories, like Kelly said, that's your behind the scenes reality TV where people can see you as a total mess and go, she's just like me. She gets me. She's crazy. So exactly what Kelly said, you'll learn that through training. So what I'm going to go, and if you guys have any questions, you can throw them in the chat. I promise I'm not farting. It's my chair moving. I'm going, I'm no filter. Just me. All right. So I'm going to share my screen, and I'm just going to walk you through how to log into the Coach Online Office. How to show you at least where you would set up your direct deposit and how to edit your page. For some of you, you may already know this, so I'll try to throw in a few little mini blips without making this last too long. So I'm going to share my screen for you.
And we are recording this. So if you miss something in this, you'll get the recording after, so you can always go back and be like, I don't really remember how she did that, and you can watch it again.
So we're at the Team Beachbody page, right? So we want to make sure we log into this. So we hit sign in right up here. And what's really cool is I'm actually going to sign into my spouse account. What I did was, when I signed on as a coach, the very first coach I signed up with was my husband, because I heard that I could make money off of him. and double my income that way. So Matt was my very first coach I signed up. So I actually run a lot of my business through my husband's account. So when you get to this part of the website first, I just want to show you really quickly, because there's a lot of people that ask me questions about how they can adjust their home direct orders. So on this page, you can hit the arrow down and go to my account or my orders. That's where you can update your credit card information. That's where you can update payment. Like, for example, like if your card expired and you got a new credit card. If you want to change your Shakeology flavor, if you want to change your Energize, if you want to delay your orders. So this is going to pull up mine. And I'm just going to show you an example of this really quickly. So you scroll over here and it shows you, I need to move you guys out of the way. It shows you the billing date. So when it's projected to be shipped to me, and you're going to notice I have a lot, not just saying I do, I really do. So on June, so the Beachbody Performance Recover Orange, I have a single tub that's due June 11th. On June 11th, I also have a tub of Energize. But you'll also notice up here in July, I have an advanced stack of cycle. So basically, what I do is every once in a while, I'll do a bulk order of the entire performance line, which is a little bit more than just the one tub at a time, but when I need everything. So I will adjust these orders based on exactly what I need and when. So I have the Daily Sunshine down here coming May 23rd. So let's say I want to order the Daily Sunshine sooner. I click Details. This is where you can change your flavors. This is when you can change your ship date, update credit card information, shipping information if you move, order details, or anything like that. So if I want to change ship date, I click on that because I can actually use it sooner. You can hit skip to next month, or you can click to ship it. So like I'm going to have the Daily Sunshine ship out on Thursday because the kids are actually low. So my computer is slow, it saves that, and then this screen will refresh and have a new billing date for when the Daily Sunshine's coming. Anybody have questions about that so far? No? Okay. And the reason why I order all that stuff through Matt's account is because someday at some point through training, you will learn that you earn volume, and that's a way to earn your cycle, like how you can make extra money. That's stuff that you didn't actually have to sell, that the team works together with. So anytime I order through Matt, my account gets cycle bonus points bounced up to me. So because I'm a diamond coach, for every 100 points on my left side and 200 points on my right side, I get to earn 18 bucks more. So for every time I do that. So there are some times where I'm ordering like this stack plus his Shakeology because he drinks it with me. I'm throwing myself an extra 200, almost 300 volume points on that side of my leg. And I know that's way over your head, and you're probably like, I have no idea what she's talking about. Just trust me. That's how I've been able to increase my income quite a bit.
Erin, I have a quick question. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
This is probably a silly question, but I've noticed when I've gone in to purchase things for myself, it will then pop up like last time it was the Beachbody bars. It was like free shipping and 20% off.
Yep.
Do we have any idea when those come up, or is that just like, hey, add on to your order?
I think Beachbody is just really smart.
Okay.
And it's just one of those like add-on things. Like sometimes we get notifications, and Kelly might have a better answer through the Coach Online office. Like we might get an email update from Beachbody when they're having a promotion.
Yeah.
But for me, I just kind of order it so much that I'm like, whoo! Like if it comes up, like I ordered an extra 3-day refresh to have in the pantry just for a rainy day when I feel like having it.
Yep. Okay.
When it's on sale. But
I think that if you check where it says the coach breaking news, a lot of times at the beginning of every month, it will say like the promotions for this month. And a lot of times it will be listed in there.
Oh,
like
okay.
Even like the little ones, the little promotions.
Okay. Thank you.
Awesome. Great question. So now we're in the Coach Online office. So I just want to show you a couple of things here quickly. So over here, Grow My Business, if you click on Grow My Business, right up top, you can go to my website and profiles. This gives you the opportunity to edit your profile so you can, oh, what the heck? Friggin' logged out. Ah, okay. But you go there and you'll be able to edit your profile, add your picture. Let me go Coach Online Office. Here it comes, I promise. Come on. What the hell?
I know, never works when you wanted to.
No. All right, but okay. Let me log out of these. Dang. So you would go to your Coach Online Office, go to Grow My Business, and then there's an option to edit your profile, as well as get your links on there.
So I don't mean to interject, but one thing real quick. When you do that, definitely do that fairly soon. Go in there and add your picture and add your before, like you have to add, there's like a, I forget what it's called, but it's basically just like a little blurb about yourself. And it doesn't have to be anything like super deep. But if you don't add like your before, like a before picture and a little bit of info, they will, you can't, I forget what it was. I didn't get Success Club points, and I know that doesn't make sense to you, but it will. I didn't get Success Club points one time because I didn't have that part filled out, and that's not like a widely known thing. So you make sure you get those things done. That way, they can't withhold. You know, you won't miss out on Success Club points if you don't put it in there. So, like I said, it doesn't have to be anything deep, but just make sure you go in there and fill that part out.
Crap. Now I'm annoyed. All right. So, all right. I'm just gonna stop. I'm gonna stop sharing right now. I'm just gonna like let it go for a second. Release. So you can go in your Coach Online Office and set up direct deposit, and you can edit your website. And that was really all I was going to show you to do.
Right.
So
if you're good, so when you go into your Coach Online Office, just go to what does it say? It says grow your business, and then what does it say next to it? I forget. Manage your business, maybe.
Yes.
I think it says manage your business. Go in there. Monitor. Thank you. Oh, she's looking at it. Oh, good.
Good job.
Monitor your business. Go in, you click that, and then under compensation, you go to the bottom, and it says EFT management. Set that up so that you can get paid. They just direct deposit it into your bank account. But if you don't set that up, it takes like 8 weeks to get a check. So don't do that. Just go in there, set that up, and that way you're covered. Those are really like the two big things. Like fill out your bio and your website part and do your EFT. And then you can explore the rest of the stuff in there. There's tons of training and tons of stuff. But all right, we'll move on.
Your turn.
So Erin, were you done?
That's all I had for my notes.
Okay.
Something just to give you just a little bit of ease is knowing that, especially if you've joined a group that Kelly and I have run, like a 14-day fixed group, or maybe I'm doing currently a yoga group or any type of specialization groups. There's those fancy posts in there that you're probably like, oh, how does Erin know that? And it's like those pretty images. Beachbody gives that all to us.
Right.
So you can run groups like that anytime you want. All the information is under Grow My Business.
Right. It's amazingly helpful. Makes us look so super smart. All right. So the next thing I'm going to do is just quickly go over. So we kind of didn't tell you that we're giving you a 14-day training group, but it's because we just created it. And we've been talking about it for a while, but we just finally got off our butts and did something about it. So we are ridiculously excited about it. And we like hashed it out the other night for a long time. We were on this Zoom, just like planning it out and talking about. So anyways, super fun. So it's going to be 2 weeks. Basically, are going to go over posting, like the hows, the whens you post, why you post, where you post, and then even down to like pictures and helping you figure out the what, because that's usually people's biggest problems. Like, what do I post? And we're going to go over all that, the do's and the don'ts, all that information. We're going to talk about the vital behaviors. There are 4 vital behaviors that the Beachbody as a company adheres to. We all are on the same page about it, the whole organization. Watch me forget what they are. It is be a product of the product, meaning do your workouts and drink your shake. I mean, it's kind of basic. It's usually how everyone gets into this in the first place. So that shouldn't be a big deal. Invite, which is just be inviting people to join us all the time, whether it's in a free group or a workout program or the coaching opportunity, something. Personal development. If you don't even know what that really is, we will talk about it. It is huge. I put it off for a year. I refused to do it. I don't know why. It was dumb because it was the best thing I ever did. We will talk about that. And recognition. Oh, I did it. I always forget that one. It's because it's kind of new. Recognition is just giving people shout outs. Like when someone does a good job, make sure that they know you realize it. You notice their work. You notice they're putting the effort in, whether it's a coach or a team member or a client of yours. You just give them a shout out. I mean, we never post someone's name unless you ask them first. I mean, a coach is fine, but like if you have a customer, like I posted about a customer of mine tonight and I messaged her today first and I was like, is it okay if I say, post a picture of you and gush about you because I think you're awesome, but is that okay? And I said, I won't even talk about the weight. And she was like, no, it's fine. You can talk about the weight. I was like, oh, even better. So people usually love it. It makes them feel really good. So I got off track. You're going to realize very quickly I do that all the time. I'll rein myself back in. Oh, so another topic we'll go over is objections. You're going to get objections. We all do, because not everybody either understands what the heck you're talking about, is in no shape or form to even like consider trying to work on themselves at the moment. There's so many reasons why people don't want to do what you're doing or don't want what you are offering. And we'll talk about how you handle that. Because sometimes it's just because they don't understand what you're talking about. And there's easy ways to make them see that. So we'll talk about how you handle those. We'll talk about rank advancement, which is exciting because the rank advancement always means more income. So, and it's fun and you get little bracelets and stuff. But it also means you're building your team, which is most people, that's what they get in here for. And if that's not your thing, that's also cool. Like we say, you don't have to rank advance, but we will talk about how you do that and what the ranks are and what the differences are. And SC points, Success Club points. We call them SC points. We will tell you all about those. You'll probably start seeing them in your online office and stuff. No worries about that. Don't panic. We'll explain them all, how you get them, what they mean, what they give to you when you do get them. And when we reach the end of the 2 weeks and we go over all that stuff, then we will graduate you and we will push you off into all the team pages and totally overwhelm you. No, but by then you will be able to handle the overwhelm part of it, I think. Like once you kind of get an idea what you're doing, then we'll add you to the other team pages so that you can see, I mean, there's hundreds and hundreds of other people, in all these other groups. And so there's a lot of stuff going on in there, from people who have been doing this business for 7-8 years to people who are brand new and all in between. So that's why they can be very overwhelming when you get into those pages. So after those, our plan is to make you not completely, that'd be silly, fairly confident in what you're doing, enough so we can set you free. Like, you're our children, we're going to nurture you for the next 2 weeks, and then we're going to let you free, and you're going to do your amazing thing and flap your wings.
And understand you guys are like the first group that we're doing this with, and some of you have been around or you're already on a team page, and we've been trying to just trial and error, figure out what's going to work, how we can simplify this. So this is just another step of us trying to grow and figure out what's best moving forward to help us and you develop our teams in the future. So your candid feedback is amazing from this. So if you decide at the end, you're like, Erin, this sucks, through private message, please. Through private message would be better, because not everybody might think this sucks. But if you decide this sucks, tell us. Same as if you say, I love that Kelly talked about this. I enjoyed you talked about that. I wish we covered more of this. that's way too overwhelming. It's not for me. Too much training. Just let us know. And understand the idea is we're going to give you a little bit every day, small amounts, nothing crazy. The weekends, you have plenty of time to catch up. And the idea is that some of you may be done come day 14, but some of you are busy and life happens and things happen. So if you finish on day 21, that's fine. You're not a failure. This is coming down to what's best for you. So if you do the first week and then you're on vacation or things come up, no hard feelings. Like it's chill. It's whatever you want to make it be. Right? Any questions?
Oh, one more thing I'm gonna add about the group too. Oh, I'm sorry. Someone who was talking.
So it's Anita.
Oh, Anita, sorry, go ahead.
Is it will the training be like every day starting on Monday?
Yes, there will be something in there every day. But like Erin said, it's going to be small bits. And it will most likely be either a live video or a recorded video from one of us talking about a topic. And then we might add another video to watch by another coach that we feel may be really helpful, or we will add, some other file to take a look at. And there will be little homework assignments kind of things, more just like, nothing major, but just more just to kind of like, if we teach you about how to do like this kind of a post, we might say, okay, now try this type of a post next time you post or something. I mean, we're going to spell it all out for you. It's going to be very straightforward.
And we'll set up the posts so they're hashtag day 1, day 2. So it's easy to search through Facebook on the group to find them. So you don't feel overwhelmed and being like, oh, where the hell was today's video?
And I have another question. So which group is it? Like do you know what I mean? Like,
we haven't created it yet.
Okay. Phew.
No, we haven't created
Don't
it.
Stress.
Don't stress. You're not missing anything yet. No.
Not missing anything. Don't stress. We'll get it all to you guys.
Yes.
And the plan after tonight, and I know a couple of you have seen this video. What I would encourage you to do before Monday is we'll send you one video about inviting. And I think there's a couple of you that have seen that video. So maybe rewatch it. And if you have not already, work on setting up your profile on your Coach Online Office before Monday. And that's it. And if you have your profile set up, maybe update your pictures. That's all. That'll be the plan before Monday.
I mean, and if anyone, especially people who have been kind of already dabbling it, obviously, like, keep doing what you're doing. Like, if you're already posting about your workout every day, or you're already posting about this, that, or whatever, just keep on doing what you're doing. And this training stuff will just be added, like, bonus to what you're doing. So don't like stop or change anything. Just keep doing what you're doing. And then as you're going through the training, you might be like, oh, I'm going to tweak this, or I'm going to tweak that, and to kind of, oh, this might work better. And this is really all about trial and error. There's so much trial and error in this, but it's fun, because when something works, you're like, yes, you feel really good.
And understand, especially when it comes to social media, what may work for Kelly on her feed and her stories for her audience will not resonate with anybody that follows mine. Or I might share something that might not resonate with somebody that checks her stuff out. So we're going to teach you how to find ways to individualize what you're doing so you can be genuinely Rachel and Susan. You can genuinely be you and not try to be me or Kelly. Does that make sense? Like, not getting sucked into being like, oh, let me look at Tony's feed. Like, Tony could post years and years about friggin' grilled cheese sandwiches and get like 200 likes. I post about grilled cheese sandwiches and people would be like, what is Erin doing? Like, really? Grilled cheese? And Taryn, can talk about things like cystic acne and depression and anxiety. If I posted about that, they would be calling, sending therapists my way and being like, what's going on? And so it's like figuring it out.
Yeah. And it really is so individualized. And as you go, but it's also something you just grow over time. Like people will start to know you by your posts, and then you just keep adding and adding and adding. And over time, like people will message me and be like, I feel like I know you, even though I've literally never talked to them before in my life. It's just because they've watched me so much, they get an idea for who I am. And then they're either going to be like, ooh, I like listening to her. Or she speaks to me, or they're like, that girl's annoying. And they just done. And either way, it's fine. I don't care.
Well, if they unfollow, unfriend, it's kind of like they weren't my people.
Right, exactly.
And that's why personal development's key, because then you come to love who you are more versus trying to become what you think everybody thinks you should be.
Right. And on that note, mic drop, Erin. All right. So we should wrap it up since we've definitely taken a lot of time.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
Really appreciate you guys.
Thank you guys
for the whole thing.
Any questions real quick, or feel free to message me. I'm going to be up for a bit anyways, so you're not bothering me.
No.
And if you're not friends,
I will say one thing really quickly.
Yeah.
I, for years, have put off personal development. I'm like, that's just shit. That's stupid. I'm not going to do it. And Erin, I told you I got Girl Wash Your Face. And I am up at 5:30 every morning, taking my pre-workout and running to get the book to read it because I'm so excited. So that's like a week and a half in. It's awesome. So.
Oh, you'll be addicted. I was looking through I listen to my books on Audible, and I was looking through my Audible my account today, looking for a book to tell someone about, and I was like, oh my Lord, I've got like 500 books on here. I was like, I've listened to a lot of books in 4 years.
Yeah, I just started listening to, I'm like all about John Maxwell lately. I just think he's great, even though he's very monotoned. He has a book called Failing Forward. And he talks about real life stories of people and their obstacles in their life and things that are uncontrollable that happen to them that they live with every day, and how you learn how to handle failure. And I am like all about it. I use the analogy today with Tenley. Tenley has dyslexia, and she cried during math homework tonight because she literally is looking at 9 times 5 and 54, not 45. And she can't slow down her mind enough to embrace it and really see what the numbers are in front of her. And she kept flipping her numbers back and forth. And she was crying, and she's like, I just can't do it. I'm stupid. And it broke my heart. And I just kept saying, Tenley, you're not stupid. I said, you're special. You're special in many different ways. I said, this is just a challenge for you to grow past. And it's part of who you are. I said, Mom sucked at school. I said, and I'm doing okay. So chances are you have dyslexia for me, because I can't spell for shit. So, and I can't phonically sound out words, but it doesn't change who I am, and you're great at your core. And I ended up using the analogy about the Chick-fil-A guy, right? He had a restaurant, a chicken restaurant, full service chicken restaurant. And him and his 2 brothers had it up and running. And then they opened their second location. And then there was a major fire. Second location lost all that money, lost everything. And I don't remember the exact order, but months later, his 2 brothers that he was building his business with and their dream with, plane crash, they died. So lost his 2 business partners and his brothers. Second restaurant burnt down, lost everything. Tried to decide what he was going to do with how he could get them moving forward. And then what happens? He ends up in the hospital with gallstones. And then he's in the hospital with gallstones, which ended up being surgery after surgery. And he was in the hospital for several months. And instead of sitting there going, why me? Oh my goodness. He sat there and goes, I wonder if I could take our chicken breast and throw it on some good bread with some good condiments, if that could be something. And that's how Chick-fil-A got started, because he didn't give up.
Wow.
And I told Tenley that tonight, and she was like, okay, Mom. So it's yeah, I
It's big
forget what
stuff.
I even got
It's
on
big
that.
stuff. Personal development is not only personal. It literally like it affects you obviously first, but then it's a trickle down effect to your family. Because I can't tell you how many times I've lectured my husband. Not like he's listening to me, but I'm like, you have to stop being so negative. And then he'll be like, did you read this? I'm like, no, I listened to it on my Audible. You should listen to it too. But it does sink through his head, because then every once in a while he'll like regurgitate something I've said, and I'm like, see, told you.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
it's good stuff. All right, we could babble on all night. So
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
gonna zip my lip and
I'm gonna take one more picture because I think Anita wasn't in the one earlier. Hold on, Anita. Stay right there.
Oh,
Ready?
no.
And then I'll message it to you guys so you guys can share it in your story. 1, 2, 3, smile. And then you can share it in your story and just say, oh, what an exciting night. You don't even have to say what happened. People will just be like, oh, what's going on?
yeah, make them curious. Curiosity marketing.
Mhm.
So they don't know you're a Beachbody coach.
All right, awesome. Thank you guys.
Thank
Very
you guys so
nice.
much.